First up this week, we're following the DC Universe's most deadly assassin in a storyline called The Professional. We pick up with Slade Wilson himself in Deathstroke Issue 2. Following the events of the first comic, Deathstroke is now investigating the kidnapping of his longtime associate Wintergreen. As the trail seems to point to Deathstroke's old Special Ops unit, Slade must be increasingly careful if he ever plans to discover which of his most trusted inner circle has betrayed him. Our second comic this week is the first issue of Gotham Academy second semester, when your Olive Silverlock winter holidays can be a drag. Luckily, when a new student shows up at Gotham Academy to keep her company while the other students are away, Olive finds what could be a brand new friend. However, it's not long before Olive finds herself getting into a whole lot of trouble and begins to question who her new friend actually is. Third in line this week, we have Suicide Squad Issue 2. In Part 2 of the Black Vault storyline, the routine mission to retrieve what has only been described as a cosmic item from an undersea fortress has become a nightmare worse than anything the squad expected. With half of the team out of action, it's up to Harley Quinn, Katana, and a demon-possessed graphic designer named June Moore to save the squad from the most dangerous man in the DC universe. There will also be a backup story in this issue based on Captain Boomerang, following Amanda Waller as she digs deep into the team's origins. This 7-page story will ask just who exactly made Boomerang a captain anyway. Our fourth comic this week is issue 4 of 4 in the Amazing Spider-Man's Civil War 2 storyline. So far in the story, the Inhuman Ulysses prophesied that the reformed supervillain Clayton Cole would don his mask once again and battle Spider-Man as the villainous Clash. After initially teaming up with Spider-Man to defeat a villain known as the Robot Master, Clash now turns on Spider-Man and the final showdown begins. Can Spider-Man convince Clash to see the good in himself, or is Ulysses' prediction truly unavoidable? Fifth up, we have another story from the Civil War 2 arc in the fourth and final issue of the Gods of War storyline. The story picks up following the ancient yet immortal hero Hercules as he attempts to clean up his act and restore his reputation after years of drunken antics and scandalous behaviour. However, a mysterious threat known as the Uprising Storm has descended on his city, and with all of Earth's modern heroes locked in the Civil War, it's up to Hercules to challenge the storm. Recruiting ancient heroes of the old days of myth, Hercules makes a final stand on which the fate of the world will rest. Sixth in line this week, we have a story set in the same universe as one of the most difficult and unforgiving video games of all time, Dark Souls Legends of the Flame Issue 1. In a realm where hollowed champions rise and fall with the ages, where brave knights quest for absolution and bonfires blaze against the Everdark, myth and legend will forever prevail. From the desolate worlds of Namco Bandai's critically lauded video game series comes this unsettling collection of all-new Dark Souls tales, written and drawn by some of the comic industry's finest. Building upon the extensive lore of the franchise, this action-packed anthology is essential for all fans of the game. Our seventh comic this week is Doctor Who Issue 1, this time following the adventures of the Third Doctor in his storyline called The Heralds of Destruction. When something enormous crashes into Bedfordshire, the Doctor, Joe Grant and the forces of UNIT under Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart mobilise immediately, only to find themselves in the middle of a pitched battle against a terrifying invader. But the shocking fate that awaits their return to base may tip the whole world off its axis. It's classic Third Doctor action as you've never seen it before. Next up, we have what is described as a blenderized reimagining of the Ultimate series of Strange. Doom Patrol Issue 1 combines elements from classic runs, new directions, and things that could not be. Our entry point is Casey Brink, a young EMT on the graveyard shift to abstract enlightenment, with a past so odd that she's not entirely sure what is real and what is not. Along with her partner, Sam Reynolds, the pair blaze a path through the city and its denizens, finding the only quiet that exists at 3 AM in the chaos of the brain. When the pair answer a hit-and-run call, they find themselves face-to-face with a familiar figure, Cliff Steele, aka Robot Man. Ninth in line this week, we have Hadrians Wall Issue 1 from Image Comics. When an astronaut on the space station Hadrians Wall is murdered, pill-popping detective Simon Moore is dispatched to investigate the ship's crew, including his own ex-wife. But if Simon's not careful, what he finds could make the interstellar Cold War go red hot. From the creative team behind the critically acclaimed series Cowl comes a gripping, locked room murder mystery where the secrets of everyone involved are as dark as the space that surrounds them. And last but by no means least, we have All-Star Batman Issue 2, which sees us following Batman as he escorts Two-Face outside of Gotham to an undisclosed location. As the pair progress through the assassin-infested landscape, Two-Face makes a play that could halt the Dark Knight's crusade through the countryside. Somehow, Two-Face has managed to turn one of Batman's greatest allies against him, giving Two-Face the upper hand. Will Batman be able to succeed with his mission, or will Two-Face escape his well-deserved fate? Okay, that's all our suggestions this week, everybody. For the full list of comics, you can check out our Facebook page, and for regular updates on the store, you can follow our Twitter at the Geek-Aboo. Also, don't forget next time you're in store, if you buy 3 to 4 comics, we'll give you 10% off, and 5 or more comics will get you a whole 15% off. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next week.